Hi, welcome to Liberty Park Music. I'm Michelle Huang, your piano instructor. In our last lesson, we have learned about tempo marks, articulations, and rest. In this lesson, we'll be learning new note values such as the eighth note, eighth rest, and dotted quarter note. We'll also learn a new time signature and new dynamic signs. If you remember from a few lessons back, we have talked about the four basic note values: quarter note, half note, dotted half, and whole note. Today, we'll add two more note values to that list: eighth note and dotted quarter note. Two eighth notes are played in the time of one quarter note. One single eighth note looks like this. Eighth rest has the same duration of silence as eighth note. Try this rhythm exercise that combines different note values and rest, including eighth note and eighth rest that we just talked about. The counting is written above or below the notes for you. Use the word "and" to designate each eighth note. Let's first count and tap the rhythm. If you have a fall board, go and close it and we'll tap on that. If not, you can tap on any flat surface. Tap with your right hand for the notes with stems up and left hand for those notes with stems down. Let's try this together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next, place right hand 1 on middle C and left hand 1 below to form an interval of a third. Now let's play and count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A dot adds to the length of a note by 1/2 its value. So a dotted quarter note is equal to a quarter note plus an eighth note. You can also think of it as 3 eighth notes. In most pieces, you will see this rhythmic figure a lot: a dotted quarter plus an eighth, which adds up to 2 whole beats, or the equivalent of a half note. Take a look at the rhythm exercise on the screen. Notice that it is in 3/4 time, which means there are 3 beats per measure. Let's count and tap the rhythm together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now find any 2 notes that are a fourth apart. Place right hand 2 and left hand 2 on each note. Play and count out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Take a look at this short excerpt. The counting has been written out for you. Let's clap the rhythms and count together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now find your starting note with the correct fingering. Play and count this time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A few lessons back, we learned basic time signatures such as 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. The top number shows how many beats are in the measure, and the bottom number indicates that a quarter note gets a beat. Today, we'll learn a new time signature called 6/8. 6/8 shows that there are 6 beats to each measure, and an eighth note gets a beat. This means a quarter note gets 2 beats, and a dotted quarter note gets 3 beats. You will see in most pieces that is marked 6/8. A dotted quarter is often felt as the pulse, with 2 large beats per measure. From this exercise, you can see that 3 eighth notes are grouped as one, or it can also be written as a quarter note followed by an eighth note. In either case, we count 6 eighth notes, with a slight emphasis on beat 1 and beat 4 to feel the 2 large beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, let's tap and count this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now find any 2 notes that are a fifth apart. Using the fingers of your choosing, play and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's a 4-measure excerpt with the 6/8 rhythm. Let's first clap the rhythm and count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now find your position, play, and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In addition to the 4 dynamic markings we have learned, which were piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, and forte, we will add pianissimo, fortissimo, crescendo, and diminuendo. Pianissimo, very soft. Fortissimo, very loud. Crescendo, gradually louder. Diminuendo or decrescendo, gradually softer. To play pianissimo, Minimize your arm motion and go into each key a little bit slower. To play fortissimo, move your arm more and go into the key with a faster attack. To play crescendo, each note gets louder than the previous one. In this excerpt, the loudest two notes are F and G. Then each note gets softer from there for diminuendo. A common mistake is to see the beginning of a crescendo and all of a sudden get too loud. This leaves no room for getting louder. Same thing with diminuendo. The keyword here is gradually. So be sure to pace yourself and pay attention not to get loud or soft too soon. In this lesson, we learned what an eighth note, an eighth rest, and a dotted quarter note are. We also learned a new time signature 6/8 and new dynamic signs, pianissimo, fortissimo, crescendo, and diminuendo. See you next time.